Thank you, dear. Jai Baba, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday program. We shall now begin with a short prayer. Janice, could you do the prayer, please?
Beloved Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold fast to Baba's daman till the very end. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you, Baba.
Jai Baba, everybody. To begin with, let us invite our one and only Lord Meher Baba to please come and join us for this session. Not only just join us, but to take over the entire proceedings of this session. Let each word be spoken, Baba. Let each word be spoken as per your wish. Thank you. There's a saying in English, कि man proposes and Baba disposes. So today, there's a slight change in the program. The famous director of the play had to cancel out because of certain engagements, pressing engagements. And so we have with us Dr. Jimmy Modi. Those of us who do not know him, what can I say? Better get to know him. That's all I can say. He is psychoanalyst, psychotherapist. He hasn't treated me yet, but his journey with Baba is an amazing one. So he will just do it very briefly for about 10-15 minutes. And after which, a very interesting gentleman from Belgaum will be coming in to talk Group Captain Sakhare, who was Baba's favorite disciple, ex-Indian Air Force. And also he will be talking about Baba's beginning of the new life from Belgaum. So it's going to be an interesting program all in all. So may Baba take over now. Thank you, Baba. Jimmy, all yours, sir.
Jai Baba, everyone. Is it working? Jai Baba, everyone. Jai Baba, everyone. Thank you for all being here. I did not expect to be talking today, but that's how Baba works, I guess. So I'd like to tell the one story that I've told many times to other audiences of how I came to discover Baba. Well, I was a average young Parsi boy in college. more interested in the canteen than the lecture rooms. Suddenly I had to decide which stream to take up. I said, what stream? Stream at Leso? Arts, science, what stream you're going to take up? I said, Marire, I don't know what stream is. So I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, no idea where I wanted to go, what I wanted to be. I dreamed only of being with the girls. That was in the canteen. So I went from this to having a very severe car accident on my way to Dwara with my brother, younger brother next to me in a small Fiat car, and two others in front. One was driving. And we went headlong into a oncoming bus, that was a truck that was coming on. And my parents, who were in another car, drove off the road and waited, hoping that we would miss. But we went headlong into the truck, and our car was destroyed, and my parents came running across. They took all four of us bodies and put us in the car, and then took us to a local hospital somewhere, Navsari or Valsad or somewhere. And the doctor checked us all up, and he informed my parents that 3 of these 4 people are dead. They've been killed instantly in the accident. And one is barely surviving. And we need to get him to a proper hospital with proper blood transfusion really fast. And guess who that one was? Well, I wouldn't be here talking to you if it wasn't me. So got into the ambulance, 4 bodies, ambulance driver, doctor, and my parents in their car, heading off to Breach Candy Hospital in Bombay, who by then were informed. On the road, there's a country road. Sudden first rain of the monsoon fell, and a cow ran in front of the ambulance. The ambulance hit the cow, and they turned upside down on the side of the road into a ditch. So I survived somehow 2 almost fatal car accidents on the same day, whereas my younger brother didn't survive even the first. So I was taken to Breach Candy Hospital. The doctors said they could not touch me, could not medicate me in any way, let alone operate on me, because I had 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out. And it would depend just now entirely on me to decide which side of the grave to come out on. So for some unknown reason, I decided to come out on the side of the living. And so here I am now. After a torturous 2 years, 1 full year in hospital, 1 full year at home, about 17, 18 hours on surgery. And the nurses, the doctors all felt I would not live, but somehow I lived. Then they felt I would not be able to get out of bed. Then I was in a wheelchair. Then somehow they felt I would never walk again. And I was then dancing with some girls in the dance floor of, I think, the Taj or...
Ento has completed his probation, Ento Thomas.
Yeah.
Just
Icon. So I went to this dance floor, and I had 1 crutch still, and all the girls wanted to dance with this guy with a crutch. So I said, "You think I'm good, yeah?" So one by one, they were dancing with me. But whilst I was dancing with one of the girls, I had my one arm around her like this, and one arm on the crutch like that, and I was dancing. Suddenly, from the corner of my eye, I saw another couple dancing at the other end of the dance floor. And the lady kept looking at me. I said, what does she want here? What's she up to? Suddenly she leaves the man she's dancing with on the dance floor, comes running up to me, mentioning my name, tears rolling down her cheek. She grabs me, hugs me, kisses me. The whole world's gone mad. Yeah, what's the matter with her? Later I found out that she was a nurse from Breach Candy Hospital. We didn't think I would ever make it. And here I was now dancing on the dance floor with so many girls. So that was my first blessing, I think, I got. I did not know who the blessing was from. I'd never heard of Meher Baba before. So the story goes on and on. I've written a book about it. It was somewhere in the book, gave a few copies in the library here. I don't know where they are. But then I had become friendly with this lady pediatric doctor. Her name was Firoza. And we would discuss all kinds of spiritual things. Saint Germain to this one, to that one, to this angels, to that, and all those kind of things. And she started, one day she mentioned to me the name of Meher Baba. Then she started telling me stories of her trips to Mehrabad and Erach and all these things. So I said, who is this? Now one more Baba has turned up on the scene. There's so many Babas, they all must be all fake, yeah. So then she said, no. And Nan Umriga has written this book based on readings from Carl, Odysseus' son. So I said, okay, I'd like to go and meet Nan. Because I was training in psychoanalysis at that time, and I wanted to study and observe the mind from the Eastern occult point of view as well. So she phoned Nan. I spoke to Nan, and Nan said, come tomorrow morning, but be here by 9 o'clock sharp, not a minute later, because for some reason, timing is most important when you are communicating with spirits from the other side. So I said, Baba, I'll be here. So I was there 5 or 15 minutes early. I went to Nan's apartment, which was opposite CCI, and sat on a sofa. Nan sat on my left. There was a coffee table in front of us. On it was a picture of Carl, her son, Meher Baba, and there was a diva. And there was a mantelpiece here on which there was also a diva and a picture of Meher Baba. So I took all that in and sat quietly. So she says, now Jimmy, close your eyes, go blank, and think of anyone who you know who's on the other side if you want a message from them. So I thought of the only one who I knew was on the other side who was dear to me, which was my brother, my younger brother. He was 5 years younger than me. Then Nan started talking, reading out from her book where she had written a message. And that message says, your younger brother, his name is Dinshaw, Danny, is here. He wants to send you his thanks for coming. He's got a complaint. How come you have not thought of talking to him before? Why is it so long since you have not talked to him? I answered something. And she says, now Meher Baba is coming. And message I got from Meher Baba was, he's a very nice gentleman. Gentleman this, gentleman that. I said, okay, fine, wonderful. But nothing impressive that convinced me that this was a real thing happening. So I said, nice. I was not convinced. Nothing earth-shattering happened. Then suddenly Nan says to me, Jimmy, please take this book and pen. I'll show you what I have to do, but I've got a sudden urge, very strong urge, strong message that I have to give this to you, and you have to write the message out for yourself, by yourself. I said, Maria, how can I do that? I don't know anything. Just do what I tell you, close your eyes and go blank. Maria, go blank? I've never gone blank in my life before. Didn't even know what meditation was actually all about. So anyway, I had to do that. She showed me how to hold the pen. Usually you hold the pen like this, bottom. She made me hold it from the top, put my hand out like that over the notebook, which had lines in it, and close my eyes and go blank, which I did. If you hold your hand out like this long enough, automatically it starts shaking a little bit. So I didn't know if it was shaking because of that or whether I was actually writing anything. So I asked Nan, can I open my eyes now? She said, okay. So I opened my eyes and looked in the book, and there were squiggles on the top 4 lines. Nothing was written, only like a child who doesn't know how to write, squiggling all the way from one side to the other. I said, Nan, there's nothing written here. Obviously, this is not for me. Nan said, no, Jimmy, I passed the book to her. She looked at it. She says, "No, Jimmy, why can't you see what you have written over there?" Huh? How can I? Just looked. Nothing was written there. "No, Jimmy, just come and see again." Passed the book back to me. I looked. Lo and behold, on the very first line, on the top of the page, it seems I had written the words, Meher Baba. I said, Murray, that completely blew my mind. How can this be? And I went back to my friend Firoza. I told her the story, and we decided that I should go to Mehrabad. I said, okay, I'll go to Mehrabad with her. So we was to go by a train to Pune station. From Pune station, Nan was going to fetch us in a van in which she had only ladies. I was the only guy over there. As it is, I was quite pissed off for having uh, uh, missed the train, which is another story. Because the train was supposed to leave at, I think it was 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was there 15 minutes early, so enthusiastic. Looking at the big clock, holding onto that rail, and looking at the white paper where my seat is and all that. Waiting. No Firoza. Mare. Suddenly the announcement comes over the PA system that the train is about to leave. I'm looking everywhere. Firoza hasn't come. So I said, what should I do? Should I get on the train? But then I'll get a penalty from the train conductor for not having a ticket. And poor Firoza will be left waiting on the platform. So I said, no, I better go. Stay on the platform. So I stayed on the platform. I walked as the train started pulling out like that and left it and stayed on the platform. And just as the train was leaving the platform, as the backside of the train was going, front side of Firoza came on the platform. I was so annoyed and mad with her. I started shouting at her. She said, come, Jimmy, don't waste time here. Let's go quickly to the refund clerk and get our tickets back. At that time, the new train to Pune had started, some Shivaji, something or the other. It was a little more expensive, but we had to do it. So we were running there, the refund clerk, where she had the tickets. She showed the clerk the tickets and said, giving him a solid lecture. पूरा दुनिया में, जर्मनी में, जापान में ट्रेन टाइम पर जाता है. सिर्फ हमारा हिंदुस्तान में ट्रेन 15 मिनट जल्दी निकलता है. So he was very foxed. Madam, जरा ticket दिखाइए. She showed the tickets. And this is from VT station. She showed the tickets. So, madam, पण आपने कुछ गलती किया होगा. क्यों? ये tickets Grand Road station से है. So that's why we were 15 minutes early, too early for the train to go. So we missed the train. We got into the van with Nan and all the other ladies. And they, you know how ladies are, they like talking, tuck, 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 kit, 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 kit. They're all talking. So that was the second thing that was beginning to get on my nerves. First thing was missing the train. Second thing was the ladies talking. And they're only being ladies. The third thing was each of the ladies had got a message from Meher Baba through Carl. I was the only Laddu over there who didn't get any message from Carl. So they're exchanging stories. You know what Meher Baba told me? No, tell me. I'm sitting after. Meher Baba never told me anything. So I got disgusted, opened the window of the van and stuck my head out. I didn't want to have anything to do with them. One of the ladies was told that Meher Baba will reunite you with your husband who had passed away a year ago once you go under the arches of Mehrabad. So she was very hopeful. So we got out of the van, walked into the Pilgrim Center retreat, I forget which one, the old one. And there was that office with that American lady, Sue was there. They all seemed to know what to do. I want this room, I want that room, etc. I stood in the back looking like a closer, but can you hear now? So then my turn came. All the ladies had got their rooms, their keys. My turn came. And that in those days, the key was on the back wall. And there was only one key left on the wall, hanging on a hook. And that Sue turned to me and said, oh, please sign the register. Oh, you're Jimmy Modi? I said, yes. And she looked at the wall and there's only one key. Well, obviously that was meant for you. So I said, thank you. And I went to my room and I was one of the few people in the group who got a single room. So I was quite happy with that. I laid down on the bed, which I like to do normally. If it's a new bed, put my hand under the pillow. I said, wait, what is this? There's something under the pillow. So I took it out and it was a picture of Meher Baba, this big, and below was written, real happiness lies in making others happy. I said, wow, these foreigners really think of everything, how to make you welcome. They put pictures under your pillow and all that. So I went back to that office and I said to her, thank you very much. She said, what? We have not put any picture under your pillow. And she laughed and she said, this is just Meher Baba's way of welcoming you. So thank you, thank you. So the day progressed and the evening aarti approached and all the ladies were excited to go up the hill to the evening aarti. And I was the only guy there, so I didn't want to hear all this chitter chatter as they walked up. And so I just waited till they went ahead and I followed behind. And the young lady who was to be reunited with her husband, her name was Sonia, she walked alongside me. And just the two of us walking alone. And we came across the road, and then there's that two struts where there's a rusty rail over there. You're approaching that rail, and that rail must have been about 50 feet away from us at a point when Sonia saw that on the left corner of the rail itself, something was written in chalk, white chalk. And then she read the name Sonu, S-O-N-U. And she read that name, she went absolutely ballistic, hysterical, started crying, etc. I said, this girl has gone mad or what? And she told me that no one knows, no one could possibly know that this is the nickname my husband used for me, Sonu. And then she had to bend down to go underneath that. And in that way, her prophecy was realized of being one with her husband, spending under the arches. It was not exactly an arch, it was a rail. So we went there. On the way, I met up with the ladies. They're all asking me, hey, Jimmy, what are you going to ask for? Spinning in the stock market, making a lot of money, something, getting married, no? And all that sort of thing. I said, I don't know what to ask for. Then my turn came to go inside, put my head on the samadhi. I went inside, put my head on the samadhi. The minute my head touched the samadhi stone, I lost complete thing of space and time. And the only thing I could think of asking was, please, Baba, the only thing I want is to be your instrument on this earth. With that, I got up and I left. I was in a daze, I think, daze or trance, I don't know which, walking down the hill alone. It was sunset. It's a beautiful glow of the sun in the sky, with the weird acacia trees forming all kinds of shapes, dark shapes behind the sunset. And before I knew it, that lady Sonu's daughter, who was a lovely 15-year-old girl called Pooja, she came alongside me and started walking, and in silence, which I was glad for. So I turned my head to look at Pooja. She turned her head to look at me. The minute our eyes met, I lost consciousness like that. Complete consciousness, like I've never lost consciousness before. There's complete loss of consciousness. But I didn't fall on the floor, because I don't know how many minutes later, when consciousness came back into me, I was walking down the same path. Pooja was still on my side, and I was almost at the end of the path, walking all over the cobblestones and everything. So I said, this is crazy. How could this happen? What has happened? So I turned around and asked Pooja, did you notice anything? And then she turned to me and looked at me with a big, beautiful eyes, in a way that only beautiful innocent teenage girl could do. Looked at me and said, you know, Jimmy, I can't tell you, but a few moments ago, my father was walking alongside me. my father, who I had lost a year ago, was walking alongside me. So Baba had somehow taken me out of my body or out of there and put a father there instead, who had deceased a year ago. That took my breath away, and that took her breath away also. So I said, this is too much. I had been a complete skeptic before this. And I said, this is not an experience which somebody is telling me about, in which case it would be a theory or a concept. It's an experience where actually I have experienced it myself. So I couldn't deny it. So then I started believing that there is something there, that Meher Baba is there. And then my life took a different course. Before my accident, I was an introvert, actually very, very shy of girls in college. And after my accident, I became an extrovert. Everyone who visited me in the hospital, I had to make them laugh somehow with stupid jokes. And that's how I completely changed. Before my accident, if I was the same Jimmy, I would never be able to sit here and talk to you all. I'd first ask the girls to leave the room. But that's not what it was. And so that was my first introduction to Meher Baba. I've had some more stories like this with Meher Baba. You're welcome to read my book. If it's not here, call me, I'll get you a copy. Be very happy to. Okay, so with that, I'd like to end the story. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Love you, Baba, for everything. Thank you, Baba, forever. Jai Meher Baba.
Thank you, Jimmy. This was most amazing way of somebody coming to Baba. I owe an apology to Mr. Sakhare. Babuji, आप अभी log in कीजिए, please come on. Sorry, we had to, because this gentleman Jimmy Modi is a visiting member over here, comes once or twice in 2-3 years. So we had to accommodate and hear his story. And
That's all right.
Ji, now if you can take over, I would like to, before I start with all this, the first thing I'm supposed to do is, today happens to be the day Lord Zoroaster, Zarathustra, dropped his body, and amongst us Parsis, it is not a day of celebration or anything, but it's a day of remembrance and thanksgiving, or whatever, gratitude towards God. So when I was thinking about all this, starting from Zoroaster, Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, इतने सारे अवतार आके गए, मेहर बाबा अभी आए, लेकिन ये कबूतर अभी तक सुधरा नहीं. This sample hasn't changed. So what does an avatar have to do to help out or awaken idiots like me is what my question always has been in my mind. Anyway, Sakhare ji has two very interesting things up his sleeve. One is he's from Belgaum, so Baba started his new life from Belgaum. And fortunately for all of us, he has still preserved the place or that small room where Baba was there. And so that will be one interesting thing. And of course, he'll talk about the so many days that Baba spent at the commencement of the new life. That is number one. And number two is about our group captain, Captain Sakhare, Manohar Sakhare, who was Baba's favorite disciple. I don't know who loved whom more. Sakhare always, whenever he was doing a sortie or on a flight, he would come over Mehrazad, take a descent, and sort of make a bow kind of a thing, and then rise up. And whilst he was doing that, Baba would always know that Sakhare has come up. So he would come out on the porch and wave out to him. That's how close the two were. Anyway, the best person to hear all the stories from is Mr. Babu Sakhare. He is presently in the business of manufacturing spares for earth moving equipment, and he also trades in it. Maybe he's a millionaire yet, I don't know.
No, sir. No.
But
Okay. That's all right.
okay, sir, it is all yours now. Please take over. Jai Baba.
Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Jai Baba to all. And firstly, I would like to thank Sam Patel
No,
and
no, sir.
thank Baba.
Only Baba.
Thank Baba.
Nobody.
As you said, it is a Thanksgiving day, and showing gratitude. It's a great pleasure for me to be introduced to this platform, and I'm really thankful to Baba for giving me this opportunity. And at the same time, it would be very wrong if I don't thank Varsha, who introduced me to this group. Through her, I came in contact with Meher Krupa. That's how I got the contact, and I was asked to uh, get involved with this Zoom meet. So this is how it is. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself as Babu Sakhare, nephew of. Yeah, you want to say something?
Gee, if you can mix Hindi and English, we'd
Yeah,
appreciate. Thank you.
yeah. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself as nephew of Manohar Sakhare, old-time Baba lover, who was very fond of Baba, and Baba, as you said, all was also fond of Manohar Sakhare and his wife Mona Sakhare also. And that is where our connection between my connection between Baba and me started. So I am his nephew. He had no legal heirs. So that's how I had to carry forward this, and that's the point, where I got connected with Baba. And about Manohar Sakhare, he was first son of Maharudrapa Sakhare, M.R. Sakhare. He was a founder life member of Daily Society Belgaum, Asia's biggest society. And Manohar Sakhare was first son and only son of late M.R. Sakhare, my grandfather. And my first grandmother died early, and Manohar Sakhare was just about 1 or 2 years old. So my grandfather decided to marry another wife, that is my grandmother, and to take care of Manohar and all those things. And through my grandmother, my dad, that is Chanapa Sakhare, and then one uncle, Vishwanath Sakhare, who is in US, recently expired, and two aunties who are there in the Hubli. That's the history about Manohar Sakhare, like where he came from. So actually, my father and the Manohar Sakhare were not real brothers; they were step brothers. but they never treated them as stepbrothers. They were like real brothers. They loved each other, and they always used to be together. That's how it is. During his early days, he studied up to intermediate and joined Indian Air Force. Later on, he was into Second World War and all those. So this is how it is. So this is my introduction, and I would like to start my connection with Mayor Baba. How it started. I was
Just
a toddler.
before you go on to that, can you show us the picture of Manohar Sakhare ji on that book ka cover page or whatever that you have?
Yeah,
The handsome young man
yeah,
is Group Captain Manohar Sakhare,
yeah.
Baba's favorite from Indian Air Force. There are many, many, many stories contained in this book. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have, listed out the points to be told. My connection and experience with Meher Baba. So, as a toddler, I always heard about Baba. I was very small. Maybe I was about to say 7, 8 years to my uncle, that is Manor Sakre, who used to always talk about Meher Baba, and that's where we started the connection with Meher Baba. And but we were disconnected for a long time because I will tell you in my later this thing talk. This is when I heard about Meher Baba, and what happened. I had met with an accident. Uh, before before I can tell that, let me tell you that my uncle passed away early. He was told to be, good. He was ordered by Baba to be in Belgaum after his retirement, to go to Belgaum and then take care of us. And there is no hesitation in saying my father's income was very less and we were very poor. So that's how it is. And we actually never knew what is the difference between groundnut oil and ghee ka oat. We never knew that difference. And once, while we were having our breakfast, my uncle Manohar Sakre, on orders of Meher Baba, had come to Belgaum and he had settled here. He came, we were staying in the backyard and he was in the main bungalow. He came to the backyard and he called me, Babu, come here. Then my mother had given me a chapati roll, uh, which was, containing little chili powder and groundnut oil and rolled. I was having it. So he asked me, what are you having? What are you doing? I said, my mother has माँ ने ये ब्रेकफास्ट दिया है, रोल बनाया है, putani chutney, that is the groundnut chutney, and soup she has mixed, and she has rolled and given me. Then he asked me, show me that. I just opened the roll and showed him. He seen that. He immediately called his wife, that is Mona Sakre, and see, Mona, come here. See these children. They don't know what is the difference between chili powder and groundnut chutney. इनको ये भी मालूम नहीं है. And they don't know the difference. घी क्या है, groundnut oil क्या है, ये भी मालूम नहीं है. They are innocently eating, and we have to do something for these children. That's how the story started. He started, taking care of us. He used to take, in his car, he used to take us for some evening rounds at about 7 o'clock sharp, with 15, 20 minutes before 7 o'clock. He used to take us for a round, and exactly at 7 o'clock, he used to start his prayers and used to sing bhajans in the car. Weekly once there used to be bhajan at our residence. We used to sit there and do some bhajans and prayers and all those. All this activity was going on, but unfortunately we lost him. After that, we lost our father also very early, and that's how we lost disconnect. We got disconnected with Mayor Baba. So my mother was only lady who was taking care of us. We were very small and we were very financially very weak. My mother never knew how where is this thing Ahmednagar, Mehrabad and all those. But she used to always tell me that Meher Baba is the only person who has taken care of you. You have to be very thankful to him, and he's the Avatar Purush. We were, told about Meher Baba right from our, school kid age, and we used to always hear that. And since my father's death, we got disconnected. Since my uncle's death, we got disconnected. Then we finished our schooling and then college and all those. I did my engineering with Baba's blessings. Then I started my career with GPI, that is Gadke Patil Industries. I worked for 3 years. Then I started my business with Baba's blessings. I'm doing well. Nothing to complain about. But then during my business, after some 10, 15 years, I met with a very big accident. And there was a big accident. I could not walk and all those happening. There is a rod inserted in my missing knee, from knee to ankle. So my friends suggested me to go to Miraz, who is a very famous. There is a famous doctor called P.S. Kulkarni. So he sent his car and they said, "You go take his consultation. Don't go for operation. Let's try to get it corrected without operation with plaster and everything." So I went to Miraz. Then doctor said, "No, nothing doing. We have to go for operation. We have to have that nail in your right foot. Otherwise, it is very difficult." So after that, we decided for operation. We were returning back from Mirrors. We happened to see one Sai Rath there, and the driver who was driving, he said, "Sahib, you have come across, तुम साई रथ आया है बीच में, तो आपको साई शिरडी जाना पड़ेगा, तुम बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाओगे, तुम चिंता मत करो सर, तुम शिरडी एक बार दर्शन के लिए जाना पड़ेगा." I said, "Why not? जाएंगे, जरूर जाएंगे, आपको ही लेके जाएंगे" करके हम आ गए, ऑपरेशन हो गया, एवरीथिंग फाइन. After a year, everything miraculously, I was fine, and I was able to move around. I was able to drive my car and all that. So we decided to go to Shirdi. We went to Shirdi. We had a nice darshan, and while returning back, since I knew about Ahmednagar and Mehrabad Samadhi, I stopped at Kinetic Corner while returning from Shirdi to Pune. And at Kinetic Corner, I inquired about Samadhi. Then one person said it is hardly about 4-5 kilometers by drop to go there, and it was almost 6:30, 7 o'clock. My wife said, "See, we have a very long journey ahead. Why to go now? We will make another visit to Mehrabad, and we can have a darshan." I also thought like she's sensible. We have to go there. We may lose time. That's how I was. I could not go to Samaj. Maybe Baba thought I was not pure that. So we went back and we came home, and after 2 years, I suddenly, it happened all of a sudden, and I called up my friend. I said, "I have to go to Mehrabad. I have to visit Samadhi, and are you coming with me?" He said, "Chalo, let's go and jayenge." And it so happened that we spoke in the morning and we booked our ticket. And luckily, tickets also there was vacancy and we got it. And we uh, before going, before boarding the train, my friend said, "Let's find out like where to go and where to stay and all those." Those days, some Google was there and some number I got. I called up that number and there was a loud scream coming after saying hello. That person was screaming. I was, little bit shaky. I felt, what is this going on? I was very shaky, but my friend said, "Let's go. We'll go. Nothing is going to go wrong, and Baba is there to take care of us." We went there. We went at Ahmednagar station. We got down and we inquired about Meher Baba Samadhi. They said, "Will you have to go to T hostel or MPR somewhere?" Then we took the auto. We went to T hostel. There I met a person. I don't know. I don't remember his name. He's from Hamidpur. Then he said, "You can't just walk in just like this. You have to mail inform us and we have to make arrangements, and it is not possible." I said, "I have come from Vietnam and I have to go to Samadhi and I want to stay." "No, no, that's not possible." Then he asked me, "Well, what's your name?" I said, "I'm Babu Sakhare from Vietnam." Then he said, "How are you related to Manohar Sakhare?" I said, "He's my uncle." He immediately said, "Okay, fine, I'll see what can be done." You sit down for 5-10 minutes. Then I don't know whether he spoke to somebody, I believe. He said, "Yeah, you can stay today." Then we took that D hostel and myself, my friend, we freshed up and we went to Samadhi. It was a beautiful darshan. First darshan, ultimate darshan, and that experience is the first experience and last experience. After that, I have not got such experience. It was a very beautiful experience at Samadhi. I went there. It was very peaceful. It was about 10:30. I went to the Samadhi, offered my prayers, and as you know, in front of the Samadhi, there were some stools. I was sitting there and started concentrating on the Samadhi, the photo behind it. Believe me, this photo started moving close to me. So close, so close. It started moving, moving. I was frightened. First, I thought there is some illusion or something, but then I said, कुछ मतलब there was a strange feeling, and it started moving. Started moving. I was very frightened. I had to shake myself, and it started moving. It came close, close, close. I was really, threatened. Meaning, I was with fear, some kind of fear. Then I had to shake myself and move, and suddenly I realized the photo has moved back behind the samadhi. If I had not to fear, I don't know what would have happened. And that is the first experience and the last experience. I think Baba found me very pure that time. Maybe, God knows, he gave me a darshan. That was a beautiful darshan and ultimate darshan, I can say, in my life. And that is the last darshan. After that, no stopping. Then I said, we have to go to visit with now and then. I told my wife, this is the condition there, and we have to go. NPR is there. After the darshan, I came to the office to donate some money. There I met Mr. Mistri. Then he gave me Mehernath Kalchuri's number and all other Kelkar Saab's number and all those people's number. And we started interacting. I told them we are interested in having a book on Manohar Sakhare. That's where we started about thinking about having a book on Manohar Sakhare. After that, we started going to Samadhi every now and then, and there was one special experience during me and my wife, along with daughter, going to Samadhi. My daughter wanted to go to Bombay. She said, I have to go to Bombay. I said, yeah, चलो let's हम सब मिल के जाएंगे, अभी समाधि जाएंगे, आते आते तुमको पुनः को छोड़ देता हूँ और तुम उधर से बस पकड़ के बॉम्बे जाओ, हम रिटर्न हो. And we had a 3 long day traveling. First day it was fully traveling and we went to MTR, we stayed there. Next day we got up early and went to Aarti, had a darshan and all that. After that we stayed that night and next day we started have another darshan and we started. And I don't know, 2-3 days I was very tired. I had no proper sleep and somehow I managed to come to Pune and dropped my daughter and she took the bus to Bombay and we started to Belgaum. Belgaum, I was so tired, I told my wife, let's stay in Pune. I can't drive. It's not possible. She said, no, we can think of driving and it was about 6:30. You just try driving and nothing wrong. So I kept on driving. Exactly at 7 o'clock, she said, we'll have prayers. We started the prayers in the car and it was a unique experience and ultimate experience. The flower smell at Samadhi was smelled in the car, not only to me, to my wife, to my mother-in-law who was traveling with us. And it stayed all the way. And after that smell, I was so fresh, tiredness सब निकल गया. I was so fresh and I started driving very safely. And by 11:30 we were in Belgaum and that smell still remained in the house. It came with us in the house and it stayed for almost 3 to 4 days. So I believe Baba protected me and he came up to Belgaum protecting me. This is the second experience, unique experience. And my wife, to be very frank, as you, the gentleman who spoke earlier, she used to always say, Baba to bahut hote hai, how do you trust and all those. Then Narendra Prasad was there then, and he said, if you experience, you will trust him. You have a trust. And one day in the night, I don't know what happened to her. In her dream, uh, she was dreamt about one spiritual leader called Siddheshwar Swami. And somebody, one of her relative was taking her to that spiritual talk of Siddheshwar Swami. And she was accompanying him in the auto. This is all in train. And she was accompanying him in the auto. And she said, see, I've heard about Meher Baba, and Meher Baba can be, in the form of Siddheshwar form. This is what she told her relative in the dream. And there was a sudden shock right from the toe to the head. She got up. It was, at about 4:30. She shook me up and she said, there is something different happening now. I could feel that. And this is what happened. I said, some blessings has come to you. Don't worry. And we both sat in front of Baba's photo and she was literally in tears. She said, we have to go to Samadhi one day. We went to Samadhi and that's how she started trusting Baba. And believe me, She trusts Baba more than Meena. She is suffering from tinnitus. Whenever she feels she's not well, she puts on the Baba bhajans and immediately that tinnitus problem disappears and she sleeps well. This is how it is. So this is about our experience with Baba, and there are many more experiences. See, the recent one I would like to tell you. Before that, I want to tell you about Manohar Sakhare. This has a relevance to the recent experience we had with Baba. Can I read this from Lord Mayor? If
Sure, you can.
somebody can.
Just a minute before you proceed, I
Yeah.
would all the viewers, if they have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Anybody wants to ask any questions? No. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So, you know about, I think Paul Lamb must have read Lord Mayor, and this is about East West Gathering. And this is from the Lord Mayor, page number 4824. I would like to read that small para. All must have read it. Also, the same month, the potential military confrontation between India and China grew to alarming proportion. China attacked India on the northeastern borders, and Chinese soldiers pushed across and down the Himalayas. Had any other nation taken part, it might well have turned into world conflict along the lines of World War II. Manohar Sakhare was working in cabinet secretariat military wing in Delhi on the joint intelligence staff. And although workload was extremely heavy and intense, with with the undeclared war on the borders, still he managed to come to Pune for gathering. He arrived on 26th October when he and his wife met Baba at Guru Prasad. After a loving embrace and inquiry about their travel and well-being, Baba had had them sit down. With a teasing smile, Baba remarked to Sakhare, "There is a telegram for you asking you to report back to work immediately. So go back." Sakhare tearfully implored Baba that since Baba, had got them to Pune, he should keep them for the gathering for at least a few days. But with a broad smile, Baba consented to let them stay until 4th November, stating, "But you must start back on 5th." Sakhare happily agreed. Few days later, some Air Force personnel came to Guru Prasad seeking Manohar Sakhare, who frantically called outside. Baba joked, "They have come, they will handcuff you and take you away." Baba started pleading with him, "No, Baba," but Baba waved to him to quickly and meet the army official. So this is in the Lord Meher, and before that earlier page, I would like to read one small paragraph. On on the morning of 28th, with Manohar Sakhare was sitting with Baba and the Mandali. Baba suddenly asked him, "What's happening on the borders?" Sakhare answered, "The Chinese are pouring across the Himalayas and pressing down and the foothills. They will soon be in the plains of Bengal, cutting the army off from Assam." Baba gestured casually, "They will not come down the plains, but they will go back." Sakhare was doubtful, thinking a victorious army would never retreat on its own and India certainly did not have the military strength to push them back. But in the rush of preparation, he forgot about Baba's statement, which turned out to be true. So this, this has a relevance which I am going to tell you now. Recently, with India-Pakistan conflict, uh, my wife, and her colleague were sitting in the living room. These days, we have caste census in Karnataka state run by government, and my wife is a high school teacher, government high school teacher. So she was assigned with the caste census. She's carrying out that, and her colleague had some hiccups in the software. She could not upload. For that, she had come to our house to inquire how to upload it. And they resolved the problem, and we were sitting, we were having tea. And I said, look at this war, it is going on. And I don't know. I have only one daughter. I am worried. She is in Bangalore. Suddenly, if there is any attack and blackout, uh, I don't know what kind of confusion will be created. And similarly, my wife's colleagues said, yeah, this is very bad and कुछ भी हो सकता है. So she also said, now only Baba can save this. Believe me, we never had any formal prayers. I just touched Baba's photo and prayed. My wife also prayed, and she also prayed. Within half an hour, there was a running caption on the TV, ceasefire declared. So this is how it is, Baba works. And this was the recent experience about Baba. And earlier, my uncle also had to, take this, this kind of thing that there will be no war. And this experience happened with me also. So these are some few experiences of me with Baba. And Manoj Sakhare was, retiring from Pune. And before retirement, he had planned for a retirement house in Pune. And that was during the East-West gathering time. And he was there in the military quarters at Liroda. He had taken some land in Pune. I don't know where it was. But then he had planned for खुद का मकान उधर बनाने का सोच रहे थे. तो उधर लैंड भी परचेज किया था. That one day एक दिन वो डिसाइड किए कि वो फाउंडेशन करेंगे और इधर ही रहेंगे और will be in service of Baba. So that the day when he had that foundation, that same night he was sleeping, and in the sleep Baba came into his dream. Oh, in the dream, Baba said, see, there are 3 children in Belgaum, and they are very poor. And you have to go to Belgaum. Don't think of having a house in Pune. You go to Belgaum and you spread my message, have my bhajan, spread my message, and you continue Baba's service there in Belgaum. He suddenly got up from the sleep. This is all told by my mother. I was a very small boy then. And he got up from the sleep and he realized it is a sapna tha. So he, again he improved himself and went back to sleep. After few days, there was a East-West gathering, and all this was happening or something. I don't know if it was the East-West gathering or some other gathering, but there was a gathering, and in that 1,000 people, I believe it was the strength of the gathering, 1,000 or 2,000. In that strength, Baba called Manoj Sakhare on the stage, and he said, Manoj Sakhare, come here. And Manoj Sakhare went to Baba and he said, yes, Baba. Then I've told you something, Manoj. about 8-10 days back. Do you remember? Manohar Sakhare linked it immediately to the dream which he had got. He said, "Yes, Baba, yeah, you have told me I have to go to Belgium. Yes, I am going." That same day, he decided to leave Pune and he stopped his house construction. I don't know whether he got rid of that land or I don't know what happened to that. And he came here and he built a house here. We had two properties. I don't know why this had happened. Two-thirds of both the properties were in Manohar Sakhare's name. Both belonged to him legally. The partition was done in such a way. I don't know why that was done. Two-thirds in one property, two-thirds in another property. He built one house in this Agartha Road where currently I am staying. And before he could pass away, out by the way of will, he transferred it to in my dad's name, and that is how we got this property, and we are enjoying. The other two-third property is, given to my uncle who is in the United States. He has 3 children. They also know about Baba, but they have not visited. I have told my cousin to visit Myrtle Beach, and he has agreed that very soon he will be visiting there. When I think at the grassroots level, today whatever I am speaking, the shirt, every food, everything which I am having or enjoying is only because of Baba. Just because he told Baba to go to Belgaum, Manohar Sakar came to Belgaum. He constructed this house. By the way of will, he gave it to me, and he gave it to we three brothers. And this is all prasad of Baba. And our building also is named as Meher Prasad. So this is, the life story. This is the light story. Like many more stories are there, and I think we are running out of time also. So I'll go to the new life thing. I have told you about my wife's experience. I have listed down, so I'm just trying to see about that. So new life site, is a very important place in Baba's history. And he started his new life. He declared his new life here. He went through labor phase here. Before that, he had visited several times to Belgaum. But 1949 was the time when he started his new life here. And he started his new life on 20th October 1949 till 12th November 1949 at Belgaum. Was a period of training and physical labor. They were to carry out general duties like cleaning vessels, fetching water from the well, keeping things clean, washing clothes, etc. Mayor Baba himself participated in these tedious jobs. On January 15, 1950, Mayor Baba disclosed these 3 new plans to companions based on labor phase. In one plan, the men companions were to live together, other earn their living and subsist on their earning. According to the 2 plans, they could live and lead new life at their homes with freedom to get jobs and enter bussy business, enter into business. In plan 3, the companions could choose to follow all original conditions that Baba laid down. So after this, he went for the Langoti life, Gypsy life, and all that. I think all of you must be knowing. So here, this new life site is very important site because he had a labor phase here. He had 22 acres of land at Belgaum. This is recorded in Lord Mayor. So I am reading it out from there. Now nothing in India, he declared it here. Now nothing in India belongs to me or stands in my name. This 22 acres of land was originally in my name. It was to be transferred to Vishnu, cousin, Indu's husband, Vishwanath Haldankar, on a payment of a nominal sum, but Vishnu proposed a noble suggestion that besides receiving the sum, a portion of land, about 4 acres, on which the present structure, that is where Baba stayed for almost 21 days, uh, be allowed to stand in the name of mayor. This arrangement This arrangement is therefore approved. Since Mehra is in new life and will never go back again, this piece of land is to be looked after by Haldankar, Sushila's Sushila and Haldankar and Sushila, and the arrangement walas. The condition of the property management and usage will apply to this case as that of Haridwar land and property. So the 4 acres of land was supposed to be, preserved, and it was given to Haldankar to take care of it. But then I don't know what went wrong there. He sold it to one person called Shanbag, and then Shanbag sold it to one of my friends, Dodanor, which I never knew also that it was Baba's land. And Dodanors were owning that property. And during that time, Narendra Prasad visited Belgaum looking for the places where Baba visited. And we were planning to have this live biography of Manoj Sakhare. So I had been to Mehrabad for some information. I didn't know that Narendra Prasad was in Belgaum. He was there at the new life site, and it was an open land then. There was a big well where Baba used to draw water from that well, and that well, was very big, and the builders now could not, fill it up. They had to put very strong concrete and cover it up now. There is some towers gone up now there. That's okay. And Narendra Prasad was watching at the site, and the owner of the property came to him. He said, "What are you doing here? And why are you standing here?" Narendra Prasad said, "No, this is the place of Baba who stayed for 21 days, and we have to just come here to see the property, and we are not interested in any other things. Only thing we want to have a servants once before any other construction comes here." Then they said, "Why don't you come to our office and we'll talk it out?" So he took Narendra Prasad to his office. That I was informed that Narendra Prasad was called to their office. Then I got to know that it was my friend's property. Then Narendra Prasad and he started having a dialogue. Finally, they agreed to give about 1,000 square feet of land for Baba's memorial, new life memorial hall. Okay, so वो बन गया. But they never gave 1,000 square feet. Never mind. Somewhere around 700 to 800 of square feet of land is there, constructed land. It is not in perfect square shape or rectangle. It's in an odd shape, but it's good. Decently built and very nicely done. We can accommodate about 50 sittings there. 50 people can sit. The hall is very small but nice. Very and recently we had the inauguration. Mernath Kalchuri and all others had come. A small savas was conducted by Endless Journey of Love, and it was a good thing. Overall, we had about 4 5 savas here, and everything went well. So through this medium, I would like to invite everyone to New Lives in the Singh Memorial Hall, because that is a very important site where Baba started his new life. He started giving up everything. And before I can, uh, stop telling about the new life, I would like to I would like to quote one Baba's golden statement. Baba quoted, quote, light can penetrate any amount of light can penetrate any amount of darkness, but no amount of darkness can penetrate light. So here, that small ray of light is here in Belgaum Center. That can change our life. I am very sure about that. With this statement, I would like to invite everybody. But of course, we have no housing capacity. We can't house people in huge this thing. But we can manage. We have very few families here anyway. That is how it is. And about this book, one Mr. Chandrasekhar Kagalgowder, we happen to be, by religion, we are Lingayats. And Manohar Sakhare was the first Lingayat to be in Indian Air Force of those times to reach that high post. He has reached the highest post, and I told you about Second World War that he retired as wing commander, group captain. So he said he is the first Lingayat who has reached such a top level, and he himself came to us and he said, "I would like to have a book on this gentleman. So, would you like to provide information?" We were all. My father had the maximum information, but we lost, and my mother also we lost, and she had very few information. My both the aunties, they were very small when Manohar Sapre was working, so they didn't know anything. The most of the information which is written in the recorded in this book is given by the center, Baba, that at Ahmednagar. The trust people give us the information. Kusum Mokam Singh gave us some more information, and we we traveled to Delhi, and we collected so much of information. Finally, we had one Kannada edition, and one person called Dr. Chandrasekhar Raya. He translated it from Kannada to English, and it was published through some Lingayat Vatika. And now it is available with Vernos Mehta. So anybody who interested in this book can contact Mernos Mehta, or they can contact me also. So this is all I have at the moment. Let me see if I have missed something. So one more small story about Manohar Sakre. As Sam sir said that Manohar used to take the sorties flying over Mayor, and Mayor Baba used to come out from the seclusion hill and wave out and go out. During those flying sorties, once my mother has told me he was choked. He could not breathe. And he thought like he was almost losing life or something like that. He just remembered Baba and everything was done. He could breathe properly, he could fly so well, and he returned back. And he told his wife Mona, and then he said, only Baba has saved. And there is one more small story also. When they were in Nevada uh, government quarters, where Baba visited once to their house, there were some books falling in the night, and some cupboards getting shaken up and all those. This was a regular episode happening, and my aunt Mona Sakhare used to get worried, and she had told about this to Baba, and Baba said, "No, I'll come to your house, and don't worry, everything will be all right." So Baba went there, and he just went to the house and he took around. He went to the back door. He said there was a Panipat war, or I don't know which war, but this is recorded in the book. There was a war here, and this, souls are, here. Now they are free. They will never disturb you, Mona. Manohar, don't be worried. And since then, it was very peaceful. And this is all told and recorded in the book. And at the moment, this is all I can tell. And if anybody has a question, I'm sure I'll take up, try to answer as much as possible. Anybody there? Hello?
Anybody, any questions? Boss, I think we have a very advanced audience. They never ask, they know everything.
Yeah. So I would like to thank Baba for giving me this opportunity, and at the same time, you and Mayor Krupa and Varsha for giving me this opportunity. And this is my second, address. I don't know whether I have placed my views properly or not. If there are any mistakes, I am open for correction. And if there are mistakes, my apologies. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. I would like to conclude here.
For your correction, you will have to come back one more time on this platform and share some more stories. That is your correction. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So Kabhi na Kabhi will contact you again.
Yeah.
And, please come and share some more stories about Manohar Sakhare ji and also about Baba's new life episodes. Okay.
And for your kind information, this happened, the recent war thing, this happened, whether anybody believes it or not. I've touched Baba's photo and said, Baba, stop this war. Within half an hour, the war ceasefire running caption started appearing in the TV.
Yes.
And I said, is this channel reliable or not? I started changing my channel. So everywhere, ceasefire, ceasefire. This is how Baba works.
Yes, yes. He is God.
Yeah. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. Now we shall conclude with a small prayer and Aarti, and then 1 minute silence. And after that, we shall all depart. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this program as much as we have enjoyed. And I only hope everything that happened here and was spoken here has managed to bring us at least a few inches closer to Baba. If that has happened, then the purpose is served beautifully. Thank you once again. And now let's start with the prayers and aarti. Jai Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। हे परवरदिगार, सबके राखनहार और सबकी रक्षा करने वाले, तुम्हारा कोई आदि नहीं है और न तुम्हारा कोई अंत है। तुम अद्वैत हो, तुम तुलना से परे हो और तुम्हारा पार कोई नहीं पा सकता है। तुम्हारा कोई रंग और कोई रूप नहीं है। तुम आविर्भाव से रहित हो और तुम गुणातीत हो। तुम अपार हो और अगाध हो, कल्पना और धारणा से परे हो, शाश्वत और अनश्वर हो। तुम अखंडनीय हो और दिव्य नेत्रों के सिवाय और किसी भी प्रकार से तुम्हें कोई नहीं देख सकता है। तुम्हारा अस्तित्व सदैव था, तुम सदैव रहते हो और तुम सदैव रहोगे। तुम सर्वत्र हो, तुम हर वस्तु में हो और तुम हर जगह से परे तथा हर वस्तु से परे भी हो। तुम आकाश में हो और पाताल में हो। तुम व्यक्त हो और अव्यक्त हो। तुम सब लोकों पर हो और समस्त लोकों से परे भी हो। तुम तीनों भुवनों में हो और तीनों भुवनों से परे भी हो। तुम अगोचर हो और स्वतंत्र हो। तुम सृष्टि के रचने वाले हो, स्वामियों के स्वामी हो, समस्त मनों और हृदयों के ज्ञाता हो। तुम सर्वशक्तिमान हो और सर्वव्यापी हो। तुम अनंत ज्ञान हो, अनंत शक्ति हो और अनंत आनंद हो। तुम ज्ञान के महासागर हो, सर्वज्ञ हो, अनंत ज्ञान रखने वाले हो। तुम भूत, वर्तमान और भविष्य के ज्ञाता हो और तुम स्वयं ज्ञान हो। तुम पूर्ण दयामय हो और सदैव हितकारी हो। तुम आत्माओं की आत्मा हो और अनंत गुणों से संपूर्ण एक परमात्मा हो। तुम सत्य, ज्ञान और परमानंद की त्रिमूर्ति हो। तुम सत्य के मूल हो, प्रेम के महासागर हो। तुम सनातन सत्ता हो, ऊंचों में सबसे ऊंचे हो। तुम प्रभु और परमेश्वर हो। तुम परब्रह्मा हो और परात्पर परब्रह्मा भी हो। तुम परब्रह्म परमात्मा हो, अल्लाह हो, इलाही हो, यजदान हो, अहुरमस्त हो और प्रियतम ईश्वर हो। तुम्हारा नाम इज्जत अर्थात एकमात्र पूज्य है। हे असीम दया के निधि प्रभुराज, हम अपने सब पापों के लिए पश्चाताप करते हैं। हर एक विचार के लिए जो असत्य, अनुचित या गंदा था, हर एक बोले हुए शब्द के लिए जिससे बोलना हमें उचित न था, और हर एक कर्म के लिए जिसे करना हमें उचित न था। स्वार्थ से प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए तथा द्वेष प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए हम पश्चाताप करते हैं। विशेषकर हर एक कामुक विचार तथा क्रिया के लिए, ऐसे हर एक वचन के लिए जिसको हमने पूरा नहीं किया, और सभी निंदा, पाखंड, दंभ या लोगों के पीछे उनके दोष बताने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। और खासकर दूसरों का नाश करने वाले हर एक कर्म के लिए, दूसरों को दुख देने वाले हर एक शब्द तथा कर्म के लिए, तथा दूसरों पर दुख गिरने की इच्छा करने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। हे प्रभुराज, आप हम पर असीम दया करके हमारे किए हुए पापों को क्षमा कीजिए और वैसे ही आपकी मर्जी के अनुसार विचार करने में, बोलने में तथा कार्य करने में जो हमारी असमर्थता सदा रहती आई है उसको भी क्षमा कीजिए, यही हमारी आपसे प्रार्थना है। प्रियतम परमात्मा, हमारी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम तुझसे अधिक का अधिक प्रेम करें और अधिक और अधिक और फिर भी उससे भी अधिक प्रेम करें, जब तक कि हम तुझ में मिलकर एक हो जाने के पात्र बन जाए। और तू हम सबकी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम अंत अंत तक प्रियतम बाबा का दामन दृढ़ता से पकड़े रहे। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
भुजावे नार जहलतनी कर खुद रथ ने फरमातू छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातू आयामुर शत मेहर बाबा चरण पर तुझ न धरिए सर खुदाना जात थी वाकिफ थई बै थो मेहर बातू तू छे माँ लिख हकीकत नो तू आशिक बीने आरिफ भी तुझे दरी याए वहदत मारिफत नो हो ही तू फातू हमोर है रावने सालेक पखष्टे ज्ञान इज़तनु के तू पर महात्मा ज्ञानी छने मुख तारे उर्फातु खुदाना प्रेम नो प्यालो पिलावी मस्त हमने कर छ तुझ पर जान सद के साखिया पीदे पैमातू हमारी नाव भर दरिए तरावे तो हमें तरिए हमारा ना खुदाए मेहर बाबा छनिगे बातू हमारा ना खुदाए मेहर बाबा छनिगे बातू बुझावे नार जहलतनी कर खुद रथ ने फरमातू छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातू। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
हुआ लहर से ही है जिसकी सृष्टि का निर्माण, उसकी दैवी अनंतता का कैसे हो अनुमान। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्मा आओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनावो मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ प्रेम दीप में ही ये जलाऊ प्रेम दीप में ही ये जलाऊ निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊ निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊ अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊ अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊ तुम मुझको सरसाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ जीवन की हर सांस हमारी जीवन की हर सांस हमारी बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी है करुणा कर लीलाधारी है करुणा कर लीलाधारी तुम करुणा बरसाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ बने आरती जीवन मेरा बने आरती जीवन मेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा तुम मुझ में छा जाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन नमो ब्रह्मा आओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय प्रियतम अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय
Thank you, everybody, for joining today's program. We hope you enjoyed this program. And agar Baba ne chaha, so someday we shall all go in a very big group to Belgaum. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.